Welcome back. It's the Elias Mako Show. Dan Delmar in for Elias. And let's talk about a big concert happening this weekend with some historical implications for Montreal. Metallica is back at the Big O. And last time they were there in the early 90s, it caused a bit of a ruckus. I want to talk about this weekend's event and also look back on what happened in 1992. Rick Hughes joins us. Rick is the lead singer for Sword. They are a metal band, and they've got a new album out called Sword 3, and they're playing in the pre-Metallica tailgate party at 2 p.m. this afternoon at the Olympic Stadium. So Sword will be among the acts greeting you, the first act to greet you, actually, as you walk into the Olympic Stadium today for Metallica. Rick, welcome.
Thank you very much for the nice intro.
How you must be really pumped for today. What's the day like for you?
I'm not only am I pumped, I'm counting my blessings right now because it's like a get together because we've played with Metallica back in 1986. We were opening for the Quebec leg tour. We did 4 shows with them, so we met them. We talked about music and stuff. So it's pretty intense.
What is it about you metal guys? I mean, the fact that you were playing in 1986. I mean, Rick, you look fantastic. I can't believe you're still playing at that level today.
Well, thank you so much for the nice compliment. When you sing metal, if you want to sing metal for a long time, you have to keep in shape. That's for sure.
I see. Yeah, it looks like you got a gym in the background there. So this is a big. I guess is it 2 nights for Metallica in Montreal at the Big O?
Yeah, it's Metallica Takeover. That's what they call it. They're going to be playing Friday, Saturday. They take a day off on Saturday, and there's going to be plenty of events regarding Metallica. There's going to be some movies, cover bands will be playing on Saturday, and they're doing their last show in Montreal on Sunday.
Tell me about the Quebec metal scene. Is it as strong as it was in the 90s when we had sort of Guns N' Roses, Metallica coming to town on a regular basis?
Yes, the metal scene is still there. There's always going to be a crowd for rock and roll, hard rock, metal. You know, there's always new genre that keeps adding up as the flavor of the month or of the day. But rock and roll will always be rock and roll. In my book, you know, a band like Sword is a rock and roll band. You know, we do metal, but it's old school metal.
Do you find a lot of the new generation are coming to your shows and are embracing metal, or is it I don't know, a little too hard for the way music has gone these days?
That's a good question because this was like a very pleasant surprise when we started to do shows again, like back in 2011. We realized that our fans had grown, you know, that they'd become like fathers and mothers, and they would come with their kids to the shows, and kids these days are very open, you know, about music. They listen to all type of music, whereas before, let's go back to the 70s, you know, if you were a Genesis fan, then you weren't necessarily a Zeppelin fan, you know. There was like you had to choose a camp, whereas today you can love rap music and love metal music as well.
Rick Hughes joins us, lead singer of Sword. They've got a new album out called Sword 3, and he's part of the pre-Metallica Metallica tailgate party happening at 2 p.m. today at the Olympic Stadium. And he was there as well in the stands in 1992. And Rick, I want to go back there right now and play a clip from what happened in 92. And it was a bit of a strange scene. So I'll have a local news person at the time explain what happened.
Things started going wrong about halfway through Metallica's set when a stage prop exploded, inflicting second-degree burns on James Hetfield's arms and legs. The band was forced to terminate its set, promising the crowd it would return to play a makeup show, and Hetfield was taken to a nearby hospital for treatment.
There was an incident with the pyrotechnics. Unfortunately, James is on his way to the hospital right now, and we're very sorry, but we can't continue the concert for you guys tonight. But we promise you one thing from Metallica, and you know that we always good by our words. We will come back and finish our concert and play again for you as soon as we can within the next couple of months. Thank you, Montreal. We're sorry, okay?
Thanks for being so patient. Thanks a lot.
Rick, do you remember that moment?
Yes, I do. Lars is not only an amazing, talented drummer. He's quite a gentleman, because the way he approached, the way that he just explained the situation was very, very classy at that time. I mean, saying that he was sorry, apologize. I mean, man, James could have died from that accident. That what happened is that he got burned, the second-degree burn, but the skin from his arm was hanging when he got to the hospital. It was a very serious burn. From what I heard from people that were backstage, because I was invited by Donald K. Donald's office at that time to be at that show. I was signed on his record label. So I had echoes from the backstage the next day. They told me that he could have died if you would approach a different way, the pyrotechnic thing. It could have killed him. It injured him really badly, but it could have killed him. Yeah.
What happened in the minutes that followed once the concert wrapped up early?
Well, Guns N' Roses got on. They played a couple of songs, and then from what I heard, Axel was not feeling well, and he kind of ended the show abruptly. So that caused people to get angry, because they got just a bit of Metallica and add insult to injuries. Sorry about that, no pun intended. Add insult to injuries. You don't get the full Guns N' Roses concert, so it kind of fueled the flame. Again, no pun intended.
So there was a bit of a riot there outside of Olympic Stadium, resulting in nearly $500,000 of damage, and of course, went on to become really an interesting incident in terms of Canadian rock history. And was there any fallout after that event, Rick? Was there a sense that maybe there was, I don't know, was there concerns among the performers that Montreal maybe was not the best destination for them?
Not at all. It's one of those strange things, that it happened. And it was not a good day for anybody. It was not a good day for Metallica. It was not a good day for Guns N' Roses. And it was not a good day for the fans, especially for Donald K. Donald, because he was a promoter of that show. Imagine what the pressure he had to deal with the aftermath of everything. But again, it was a freak accident that turned into a freak situation with the fans. I remember walking out of the stadium and feeling the negative vibe that the crowd would amplify minute by minute, and it wasn't scary at all, because people weren't violent against each other. They were just violent against property. I remember walking and seeing guys just throw garbage like on the wall, throw garbage on the wall. That's not that bad. But when I got home, that's when I heard that it turned into a big time riot.
So now there's a debate about what to do with the Olympic Stadium. You want to quickly weigh in on that, Rick? Do you think we could find usefulness for the stadium? It needs about $2 billion of renovations.
I don't know. I leave that to engineers. This is not my. I don't have any opinion on that. Thanks for asking, anyways.
No worries. Well, hey, you're going to focus on the rock and roll, and I'm wishing you a really fun weekend, Rick.
Yeah, because it's quite an honor, because when you think about it, Sword, we have the honor to start everything. We'll be the first to make music for this great happening that's starting today. So it's quite an honor. I'm very, very, very grateful towards Metallica, Evenco, and Heavy Montreal to have chose us to do that.
Rick Hughes, the lead singer of the Quebec metal band Sword. Their new album is called Sword 3, and you can catch them at 2 p.m. today at Parc Olympique for the pre-Metallica tailgate party. Thanks, Rick. Have fun.
Thank you.